Okay, so we can begin our class. I want you to confirm that my audio is okay.
Audio is audible.
Today we're going to look at part 6. Okay. In part 7, reading comprehension, you will have a total of 48 questions, 28 on single passages, and 20 on double or triple passages. The main questions will be about main idea, detail, or vocabulary. We're going to look at this sample here. This is a sample of a notice. Can someone read it for me?
Please be aware that work on painting the interior of the building will begin early next month. These include on hallways and the main lobby. Anyone who would also like their apartment painted at this time should make arrangement with me.
Yeah.
The painting of the public area of the building should last no more than 2 weeks. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Building manager.
Okay, so that is a notice, and we're going to look at main idea. Who is this notice for? Who is the notice for?
Tenant.
So the notice
It's for
is
building,
for the people.
It's for building owners and the apartment owners.
Huh?
Is it like for, it's a notice notify all the landlords, like landlords or apartment owners?
Interior of the building will begin next month. Anyone who would like their apartment painted at this time will make arrangements with me. So the notice is for the tenants, the people who live in the apartment. It's not for the business owners or the building owner.
Okay, because of the building manager, right?
Yes.
Noted.
How long will it probably take to paint the hallway and the lobby?
2 weeks.
They say 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I'm trying to share the YouTube link. That's why I'm pausing a little bit, but we will be able to continue. So the building, okay, the painting will take approximately 2 weeks. So we say the main questions will ask about main idea. They can also ask on the detail or the vocabulary. So the word inconvenience in line 7 is closest in meaning to inconvenience.
I think difficulty.
Yeah. So when somebody tells you there will be an inconvenience, it means there can be a difficulty or a problem caused by whatever thing that is going on. Okay. So any question about vocabulary detail and main idea? In this part,
For the main idea, we have to read all on the passage, right?
yeah, I'm going to give us the strategies to use.
Uh-huh.
Read how to read the passage, how to skim or scan, and how to get the answer, because having 48 questions with a very limited time and a passage or 2 passages or even 3, which need you to read and understand and get the correct answer, it will need you to have special skills so that you are able to understand or give the correct answer depending on what you're being asked to do. So this is the most important part in this part 7. We're looking at the strategy that can help us get the 48 questions correct. We're going to abbreviate it as the PSRA strategy. Joseph, can you read for me this first part?
Okay, an important strategy for reading comprehension is learning to approach a passage in an organized way. First, make a prediction about the passage, then scan it. Next, read it, and finally answer the questions. We can abbreviate this strategy to PSRA.
So the most important part for part 7 is using this PSRA strategy. And first, it's a prediction about the passage, then you scan it, then you read it, and finally answer the question. So if you can't get your prediction right, you can quickly scan through the text and the questions so that when you read, you know what you're looking for in the passage. I'm going to take us through the prediction part. Learning how to make predictions about what you're going to read before you read will help you establish the context or understanding the passage. This will improve your reading score. Before you begin to read one of the passages, you should first look at the questions, at the question introduction line. This line looks like, this is an example. Question 161 to 163 refer to the following memo. So when you see a memo, you can get an office setup or the place in which this memo or this passage can be found. So the introduction line will help you learn how many questions are there, what kind of reading passage it is. Then you can look at the reading passage and also get a clue. A fact will look like a fact, a phone message will look like a phone message, and a graph will look like a graph. They will help you predict what the passage is about. The introduction question for every passage is very important. There are generally two or three questions for every reading passage, and sometimes you can get up to 4 questions for the larger passages towards the end of the TOEIC exam. So although there may be up to 5, I said 4 or 5, so look at the questions and the 4 answer options. This will give you a clue on what to look for. These clues will help you predict what type of passage it is. So first, when you get to your test paper, look at the passage or the text that you're given. You can predict what it is by reading the introduction line. Maybe it's a memo, a graph, or an email, a letter, a text message screenshot. Then you can read the questions first before you scan through the text or read through the text. According to the memo, which equipment has multiple uses? According to the memo, which equipment has multiple uses? So this is a question on a text that we are going to read. So before you read the text, can someone help me predict what this is all about? What this text can be about? Hello?
Okay, on that side of according, according to the memo, which equipment has multiple uses? A, computers, B, fax machines, C, answering machines, D, CD players.
So before even reading the text, we can know that the memo will be on equipment and there are different equipment. So we'll want to know which equipment has multiple uses. Scan, this is the second part. We've looked at predicting. So we're looking at scanning. We can predict that the memo has something to do with electronics. When we scan the passage, we look for keywords. We may not find the exact word, but we might find words with similar meaning. Try to think of the words that has meanings similar to the keywords in the question and answer options. The keywords for this question can be, the keywords for this question are equipment and multiple uses. So I want someone to help me read this part with questions and similar words and answer options.
Okay, on questions, so we have keywords, we have equipment. Then when you are looking at equipment, you go to similar meaning, electronic tools. Then we have, okay, I'll do it with how they fall under each category. Keywords, we have equipment and multiple uses. Then similar meanings, we have electronic tools and hardware. Then useful in a variety of settings. Then on answer options, we have computers, fax machine, answering machines, CD players.
Okay, so this is just scanning through the text. Then we're going to look at the third part, the R part. My computer froze. What's wrong? Okay. So look for the keywords from the questions, then look around for the question keywords from the keywords, from the answer options. So we're looking first for the keyword from the question, then we look for the keywords from the answers. When you find the answer option keywords, see if the word answers the question. Try to answer the question in your own head, not on the answer sheet. Answer virtually. So this is the example. This is the memorandum. Somebody to read it for me.
Naomi, we can't see the screen, please.
Sorry. Now this thing.
You need to share the screen.
Yeah. My screen froze, so I had to stop sharing. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody help me with the memo.
Aurora, are you there?
He is there.
Okay, help us read this memo.
Just the memorandum.
Yes.
Okay. To Lafayette Pierre, Purchasing Department, from Clement Marie France personnel. We need computers for use in the office, answering machines for our consultants, fax machines for the shipping department, and CD players for everyone. This last piece of hardware can be used in a variety of ways.
When we read through this part, we had already predicted what the memo could be about. And according to the memo, which equipment has multiple uses? We look at keywords, multiple, and equipment. So can somebody name for me the equipment that we see in the memo? Number one.
Computers.
Number two.
Answering machines.
Number three.
Fax machine.
Number four.
CD players.
Okay. Then we had multiple uses of a keyword. Which word has similar meaning with multiple in the memo?
A variety of ways.
Variety of ways. So the main part with the answer is the last piece of hardware can be used in a variety of ways. So this is where we find our answer. So what is the last piece of hardware mentioned?
CD players.
CD player. So the correct answer is D. The CD player is the last piece of hardware that is mentioned. That is the last piece of hardware that can be used in a variety of ways. Note how much different the answer will be if the last sentence were the first piece of hardware can be used in a variety of ways. So if the question was first piece of hardware, we could say what is the answer?
The first will be computers.
Computers. So you pay attention to the keywords, last piece, first piece, second piece, or the latter, the former. Those are the words that they can use to keep your mind, or you can use those words to jog your mind, if that word is correct. The word first changes the answer completely from CD players to computers. This is why you must not rely on prediction and scanning alone. Reading, you must read the passage as well. But as you read quickly. Read to confirm your prediction. You should not make any mark on your answer sheet until you have made a prediction based on all the questions and the passage, looking for keywords, answer the question in your head, read the passage to confirm your answer choices, then you can make the answer. So the answer to the first question is found in the first part of the reading passage. The answer to the second question is found in the next part, and so on. So if we have two questions, the answers will be following each other. Like you can't get the answer to the first question on the last part of the passage. So if the passage has 3 parts and 3 questions, the answers will be in order from the first to the last. They will follow a sequence of the passage. Answer. So we've looked at prediction, scanning, reading, and answering. So answer, we can say, are ready to mark your answer on your answer sheet. Answer the easy question first. If you do not know the answer, then scan the passage again. Look for the keyword, read the parts of the passage. If you still don't know, you're allowed to guess. Do not leave any answer blank. So when you have this part is usually the most part in TOEIC because one, it has many questions, 48 of them. Number two, it has different parts. So there is 8 questions for one part, for one passage, and then 2 passages or 3 passages will have 20 questions. So as you progress towards the last numbers of this TOEIC, there will be an increase in the length of the passage and the complexity. So you're supposed to read and understand what the question is all about. Any question on this part? Any
No
question on the part?
No question. I think it's clear.
Okay. The movement of my slide today, I'll have to share and stop here and share again. So you'll bear with me. Mouse is active. Whatever happened to my computer today, it's crazy. I don't know what I ought to do with it, but I will share again so that we'll look at the first part. So the first part is about advertisements. Advertisements on TOEIC are similar to those found in magazines or newspapers. You can find other examples in English language newspapers and magazines and ask yourself questions about the products being advertised. So you can use any local magazine so long as it's in English to practice for this part, for this skill. We are going to look at 2 examples or 2 questions. Question 1 and 2 refer to the following advertisement. Choose one of the best answers to each question. So we, using the PSRA, I want somebody to give me a prediction on this. What is the text about? Hello? What is the text about?
It's talking about, I think, distributors, or mostly, if not mostly distributors, because if you can see the text, it says we introduce and distribute.
So this is an advertisement for one. So there is either something for sale, it includes something for sale or buying. So before we even read the text, we can read the questions. Question 1. Somebody?
Who is the advertisement written for? Who is the advertisement written for? A, distributors. B, sales representatives. C, manufacturers. D, information specialists.
Number 2.
Number 2, how many countries are mentioned? A, 125. B, 155. C, 310. D, 501.
Okay. Attention manufacturers, we introduce and distribute your products to 125,000 distributors in 155 countries free. For a free information kit, call TEL 310 553 4434, extension 105, text 3110 553 555, Brand Technologies Limited. So who is the advertisement made for?
Manufacturers.
Manufacturers. Okay. Number 2.
155 years. I can see that in the memo.
155 years or yes?
155.
Yes, 155
155 countries.
Okay. So that is a sample of a question from advertisement. You go to the next part.
Why? Okay, maybe a question. Why do I have to start predicting? And I can see the question is too short and too clear.
Sometimes it's short and clear. Sometimes it's long and complicated. So you will not have to read the whole passage word for word, but you realize the prediction, scanning, and reading almost occur simultaneously. But you have to know that you have to predict that it's an advertisement, right? Then you can scan through the questions, then read the text, then you'll be able to get your answers. So the most important part or something that you have to do, now this is scanning is reading through very fast and getting your key points or keywords. So when you read the first question, who is the advertisement meant for? You want to know who the advertisement is meant for and how many countries, so that when you go back to the text or to the advertisement or to the picture that you have there, maybe the letter, the email, you will read the keyword and you will find the information that is given, the ideas or the vocabulary.
Excuse me, in fact, I've seen here again, Frederick, that a prediction can even help you without being asked. When you go to the questions and look at the questions, at a glance to the advertisement, you can just answer the questions without even reading. Just a glance, and then you are done. Because of prediction.
Yeah. So short passages, reading, scanning, and prediction occur almost simultaneously, so that you are chasing time and you have to get the correct answer. Okay. I will get another slide. Today we're going to take a little bit more time, but okay. No, I did. Okay, number 2, or skill number 2, forms are templates, a standard form that an individual adds information to. So in this part, this could be magazine, subscription forms, purchase orders, immigration form, hotel check-in, telephone messages, blanks, and so on. We're going to look at question. Go to maximize. Sorry. Okay. Question 1, for refer to the following form. Choose one of the best answers for each question. So I'll skip the form and let you scan through the questions. Then we'll go back to the form and get a correct answer. Question number 1, why did Anne Kwok complete this form? To win an award, to apply for a design job, to enroll in a design school, to receive a journal. Number 2, how much is the full cover price per issue? $4, $5, $12, $48. How long will it take for the first issue to arrive? 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, unknown. The magazine comes daily, weekly, monthly. So before we even read the question, we know we have a slight idea about there is an issue and there's a magazine that will come either weekly or daily or monthly, and we're going to look at the duration it will take for the first issue to arrive, and we can tell why this lady is completing the form before we even read up the form. So somebody to help me read this form. Let me see my participants. Janipon, are you there?
Yes.
Read for me the form, please.
Special subscription offer. Subscribe to the journal that recently received the Editorial Excellence Award from the Society of Industrial Designers. Tick. Yes. Send me international industry for 1 year, 12 issues at just $48. Saving of 20% off the full cover price of $5. Payment enclosed bill me name and title, company address. Please allow 4 weeks for first issue.
Okay. After reading the questions and reading the form, we can be able to answer the questions in our heads before we even read the questions to confirm our answers. So why is she filling the form? Why is she filling the form?
She wants to be supplied the journals for the whole year.
How much is the full price?
I think it will be 43 because of the discount, if I'm not wrong.
Send me the international industry for 1 year, 12 issues at just 48, a saving of 20% off the full cover price of the full cover price of $5. Okay, so this will need some calculation, but we will confirm that. So the magazine comes
Weeks.
Ah, 4 weeks. Okay. Now let's read the questions and answer. Why did Anne Kwok complete this form?
That one is D, to receive the journal.
Yes, to receive the journal. How much is the full cover price per issue? The full cover price per issue?
It's 48.
Issue. So this is just simple mathematics. So we're having 12 issues at $48, a saving of 20% off. Okay. And the full cover price is 5. So the total should have been 5 times 12 is 5 times 12. No,
60.
60. But we're receiving it at 48, which is 20% off. So we asked a full cover price per issue. So these are 12 issues. So what is the full price, the full cover price per issue?
So that will be $4. So we divide 48 by 12, right? 12 issues. Then we get 4.
Now we have to look at this last part, the full cover price of
5%.
$5. The answer is B. That is the actual price for the full cover price per issue.
So what's the technique? Do you mean like whatever they have written there, you don't have to do any other calculation?
Sometimes you have to do the calculation. Sometimes you need to understand.
Scroll up a bit.
Where?
Just there.
You have a question?
No, I was looking at it. I was confirming something.
Okay. Yeah, now. So how long will it take for the first issue to arrive?
1 month, 4 weeks.
1 month. The magazine comes
Monthly.
monthly because we have 12. Is it for Mike? Okay, it comes monthly because there is we have 12 issues and 1 year has 12 months, so it's monthly. Any question about this? Any question?
Maybe just go back to number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, assuming like we were to do the calculation to arrive at that 5%, in case we are not given there, how would you have gone about it?
So you'll get the full price. If 48 is 20% less, what is 100% divided by 12? Clear?
Can you repeat, please?
Okay, repeat your question so that I am sure I'm answering the correct thing.
Okay, assuming like in the statement we are not given that $5.
Yes.
Now we have to arrive at that calculation of $5.
Okay, so if we have just 20% and 48%, so
is it 20% of 48, right?
No. Read the statement. Send me the international industry 1 year, 12 issues at just $8.
At 48, meaning, can you stop there past? Meaning 48 issues at $48, meaning per issue is $4.
Yes, a saving of 50%.
Okay.
So if you want to find the full cover, it will be if when we pay $48, we have saved 20%. So what is 100%?
I'm sleepy. Sleepy.
Go ahead. Any question for this part?
I think it's okay now. We'll try on when we'll be doing the test, we'll see if the mathematics will arrive there.
Actually, you won't be required to do like sophisticated mathematical.
I want calculator.
We don't require calculators in the TOEIC exam room. For number 3, we're looking at reports. A report is a short paragraph containing the kind of information that might be included in a capsule summary. A report could appear in a newspaper. It could be part of a large document such as an annual report. It could be mostly any kind of descriptive or narrative prose. We're going to look at an example of a report. Then we'll be able to answer question 1, 2, and 3. So before we read the report, let's read the questions. Question 1, is PepTel performed well? What is the largest price market?
Naomi has hanged. Number 2, PepTel is based in. So maybe we read number 1 and number 2. Like number 1, it's gone. The teacher has left us in the studio. Nicole, are you there?
She's sleeping. I go to see.
Nicole, are you there? Is teacher there around?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to see.
Check and see if she's safe.
What happened? No internet? No internet. Huh? Oh, no internet. Fire fall. Electric
Maybe
fall.
you can borrow her your internet.
Electric fall. Electric for a few minutes. So.
Nipon, can you give your internet to Ajahn Naomi?
How can I give her? How can I give you internet?
Good suggestion.
Hotspot, yeah.
I don't know how to do. What to do? Hotspot. Restaurant.
No.
Now you have to stay near her.
Huh?
You have to go to her.
We use the host.
Where's your phone?
You.
Keep her.
The host now.
Huh?
Just tell my students that the internet is out and they can let me use it.
Even before the internet speed, even he speak.
Hello.
Hello.
The internet is out on my side.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You can get internet from Ajahn Nipon Hotspot. Oh, okay. Ajahn Nipon is your background now. And some guy is your background now.
Backup security.
That this thing is live on YouTube. You'll be seeing yourself. So I think I should end the YouTube.
Because why? Because not too long time, right? Or have to connect again.
The internet is completely off, so
It's okay, no problem.